Hello, Scream fans, and welcome back to Nerd Doc. It's time once again to go over the ending and kill order of Scream 6. To do that, we have to dive into major spoiler territory. If you do not wish to be spoiled, you can catch up on Scream 1 through 4 with our timeline recap video linked in the description below, along with our kill order video for Scream 5. Since Scream 6 is still in theaters, and we don't want to get the video pulled, we can't show any footage from the movie, so please bear with us there. As a side note, Scream 7 is confirmed and will film this year. We've got our own predictions about what happens in the next movie, so after you watch this video, be sure to check out our Scream 7 predictions video, also linked below. And if you have any questions about the movie, or just want to let us know what you thought of it, leave a comment below. The main characters in Scream 6 should be pretty familiar to anyone who watched Scream 5. The Carpenter sisters, Sam and Tara, are back, along with the Meeks Martin siblings, Chad and Mindy. Returning from Scream 4 is Kirby Reed, and of course Gale Weathers as the other legacy character. Then we have newcomers Annika, who is dating Mindy, Danny, who is dating Sam, Ethan, who is Chad's roommate, and Quinn, who is Sam and Tara's roommate. Quinn's dad is Police Detective Bailey, and there are minor appearances from Sam's psychologist, Dr. Stone, Laura, who is an associate professor of film, Jason, and Jason's roommate Greg. Most of these characters are students at Blackmore University in New York, and it's been 1 year since the events of Scream 5. As the movie opens, the first phone call is made to Laura. Laura thinks she's going on a date, but it's actually just Jason setting her up for the first kill. Jason lures her into a dark alley, reveals himself to be Ghostface, then stabs her to death. Jason then goes home to his apartment to tell his roommate Greg about his kill, only to get a call from Greg's phone from another Ghostface. Yes, just 5 minutes into the movie, there are already 3 Ghostface killers between Jason, Greg, and the other Ghostface. Don't worry, it gets cleaned up pretty quickly. The actual Ghostface directs Jason to the refrigerator where he finds his roommate Greg is chopped up. Now, technically we don't know who died first between Greg and Laura, but on screen Laura was the first to die. The real Ghostface then kills Jason. It should also be noted that Jason had a little shrine to Ghostface in his apartment. Jason and Greg were big fans of Richie Kirsch from Scream 5 and wanted to finish Richie's film by killing Sam and Tara. As a warm-up, Jason decided to kill his film professor. We then see Sam with her shrink, Dr. Stone. She admits to him everything that happened last year, including the fact that stabbing Richie 22 times felt right. At which point Dr. Stone says he has to report her, even though she hasn't actually committed any new crimes. It's then revealed that Chad and Tara have a thing for each other, but they don't actually hook up at all until the end of the movie. Sam, Tara, and Quinn see the news report about the murders of Greg and Jason, so Quinn calls her dad. Detective Bailey tells Sam to come down to the station, and Tara tags along with her. Along the way, Sam gets a call from Richie's old number, who she never removed from her phone because who deletes an ex-boyfriend who tried to kill you, right? Cherish that memory. Anyway, the call is from Ghostface, who attempts to kill Sam and Tara, but fails. They run into a bodega, that's a convenience store for those who don't live in New York, and 2 strangers attempt to stop Ghostface, only to die. Then the bodega owner pulls out a sawed-off shotgun and tries his hand, but eventually dies as well. Sam and Tara escape just as the police show up and eventually make it to the police station, where Detective Bailey tells them that a classic Ghostface mask was found at each of the crime scenes. For example, Richie's mask was found at the apartment scene. This is also when Kirby first appears. Now she's a special agent at the FBI. Sam and Kirby know each other from Woodsboro High. Sam was a freshman when Kirby was a senior. As Sam and Tara leave the police station, Gale meets them outside trying to get a quote. The sisters don't like Gale because she wrote a book about the murders even after promising she wouldn't, which could be why they're being targeted again. Sam tries to punch Gale, but Gale ducks to avoid it. Then as she comes back up, Tara lands a solid right hook. Gale also mentions she talked to Sydney, who said she's taking her husband Mark and the kids somewhere safe. Next up, we see Dr. Stone in his home. There's someone at the door who turns out to be Ghostface. Ghostface kills Stone through the door, stabbing him in his face, then takes Sam's file from Stone's home office. Roman Bridger's mask from Scream 3 is left at the doctor's home. Fast forward a bit, and Mindy calls out all the suspects and explains they're in a sequel to a requel, so the rules are different. Anyone can die, and everyone is a suspect. Everyone of interest holes up in Sam, Tara, and Quinn's apartment. Sam's boyfriend Danny lives right across the way, which means he can look right into their apartment. In doing so, he sees Ghostface standing over Quinn's bed, although Quinn doesn't see him. Danny tries to signal the rest of the group, but they can't hear him, and Sam doesn't answer her phone when he calls. They hear a noise from Quinn's room, but just assume she's messing around with her boyfriend, which happened earlier in the movie. They eventually figure out Ghostface is in there, and Quinn is the next person to die. Mindy gets a stab to the shoulder, and Annika gets all but gutted. However, they're both still alive as the group barricades themselves in one of the rooms, but not before they discover Quinn's boyfriend is dead in the shower. Technically, he died before Quinn, but on screen, Quinn dies first. The group uses a horizontal ladder propped up between windows to climb over to Danny's apartment one by one. Annika is the last to go, so of course she gets caught on the ladder when Ghostface gets into the room. Ghostface shakes the ladder until Annika falls to her death in the alley below. Gale uncovers a full Scream shrine at a theater that was owned by Jason and Greg, which is the one seen in the trailer. Sam walks up to Billy's Ghostface outfit, complete with his bloodstained knife, and she sees Billy in the reflection talking to her, just like in Scream 5. Kirby and Mindy have a vibe going here. They go back and forth on their favorite aspects of horror films and things of that nature. It was actually pretty entertaining. Anyway, it's explained that Kirby was actually dead for 4 minutes after the events of Scream 4, but she was revived and then decided to become an FBI agent. Kirby comes up with an idea to use Sam and Tara as bait, get Ghostface to call them, then track his phone, which Kirby says she can do in 15 seconds. It works, but they quickly figure out Ghostface is at Gale's apartment. Gale's boyfriend dies next, but Gale puts up a really good fight, even taking a gun to Ghostface and interrupting his call to her to star 69 him, which makes his phone ring in Gale's closet as she immediately shoots into the closet. It was impressive, but of course, Ghostface gets the upper hand and ends up stabbing Gale in the stomach with a broken shard of glass just before Gale was about to stab Ghostface with his own knife. Sam and Tara make it to Gale's right after this happens and find that she still has a pulse, so Gale is rushed to the hospital. What remains of the group decides to barricade themselves in the movie theater shrine, then trap Ghostface there and kill him. They all decide to take the subway to the shrine, but get split up so that Mindy and Ethan are together, but on a different train from everyone else. Of course, Ghostface is on Mindy's train, and she gets stabbed pretty badly, although Ethan calls for help and the medics do get to her. Once Tara, Sam, Chad, and Kirby arrive at the theater shrine, Kirby makes the rounds, and Sam goes up to Billy's outfit again, where she once again sees her dead father in the glass. Billy convinces her to grab the knife for safety, then Sam gets a call from Detective Bailey saying that Kirby was actually fired from the FBI months ago and is very likely the killer. Meanwhile, Tara and Chad finally start to hook up when Ghostface appears behind them and stabs Tara with a non-fatal wound. Chad tries to keep Tara and Sam safe, but ends up getting stabbed repeatedly by 2 Ghostface killers, as it's now revealed that there's more than one. The detective shows up as well, but it's quickly revealed that he's also one of the killers as he shoots Kirby when she tries to help Sam and Tara. The big reveal is that the killers throughout the movie were actually Quinn, Ethan, and Detective Bailey. Yes, Quinn faked her death. In addition to the detective being Quinn's father, he's also Ethan's father, and he's Richie's father as well. Yes, the killers were the entire Kirsch family, getting revenge for Richie's death and finishing what he started. It's also revealed that the shrine was actually owned by the Kirsch family, and the detective put it in Jason and Greg's names as a cover. The rest of the Kirsch family wants Sam to don Billy Loomis's mask to take her place in the family before they kill her. Sam refuses at first, but there's a whole chase scene that ends with Tara getting stabbed again, but killing Ethan by stabbing him in the mouth. Then Sam shoots Quinn in the head with Kirby's gun before her and Detective Bailey fall from the balcony of the theater, knocking the detective out. When he eventually comes to, Sam has donned the Ghostface outfit and ends up hunting and stabbing the detective like a true Loomis. But, in proper Scream fashion, Ethan is suddenly revealed to not be dead as he runs at Sam and Tara, only to be killed by Kirby, who also isn't dead, knocking over the TV that killed Stu in the first movie, killing Ethan in almost the exact same way. As they're all walking out of the theater shrine, Sam is holding the Ghostface mask and ominous music is playing, hinting at Sam becoming the next Ghostface. But she drops it on the ground and walks away. We do find out that Chad, somehow, someway, magically survives again, as did Mindy and Gale. Now, to back it up a little bit and explain some things, Dr. Stone died so that the Kirsches could get Sam's file and find out she's been having murderous tendencies. Jason and Greg died because the Kirsches didn't want them killing Sam and Tara before they could set everything up and finish what Richie started as a family. Quinn faked her death earlier in the movie to throw suspicion off of her and her father, and Detective Bailey lied to Sam that Kirby was fired so they would turn on each other and Sam would hopefully, possibly, kill Kirby to get her out of the way. Finally, in the super quick post-credits scene, Mindy simply says that not every movie needs a post-credits scene, and the movie comes to an end. This is just typical Scream meta-commentary, mocking what so many movies do these days, especially the Marvel films. It's a reward for those loyalists who stay through the credits, but also an indirect mocking of them as well. So what did you think of Scream 6? Were some of the motives a bit soft, or were you cool with everything? Did you miss Sydney? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to check out our Scream 7 predictions video linked below as well. For now, that wraps up this video. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with someone who loves Scream.